everybody, this is Live with No Hippie Barbecue, and I am going to be coming at you with my submission for the Tito Jorge Chili Dog Challenge. I personally am not a big chili dog fan, so I am going to try to come up with a submission that fits his categories, meaning it is a link, sausage, hot dog, something along those lines. You have some chili, and then there's a bun, or something along those lines. Anyway, I got to change it up just a little bit, and really where I got my inspiration from on this was back in the late 80s, early 90s, me and a bunch of my friends, a couple of which may be watching this video, used to go party down in Tijuana. And when we were done partying, we'd leave the club, and there'd be somebody outside selling these hot dogs. So this, by no means am I thinking is going to be a winning submission, but this is something that is dear to my heart, and something that, hell, if I ever went back down to Tijuana again, I would do it all over again. So anyway, let's come in and take a look at what these ingredients are. So let's go over this premise of what a Tijuana hot dog was. It was not the most expensive of anything, so I went out and tried to buy the cheapest hot dogs I could find, which happened to be these. So we're rolling with those. Hamburger buns, again, I could have got some for $1.50, but instead of doing that, I can guarantee those guys selling them hot dogs down in Tijuana weren't rolling with that. 85 cents a bag right there. Our bacon, I found the cheapest bacon that I could find in the store. I think that pack was, I don't even know how, it was the cheapest one, that's all I know. Alright, we got that. We are going to be grilling up some serrano peppers. We are going to add some onion to that as well. Now, where I'm coming in with my chili thing, which would be a little bit off of the grid, is I have these Fresno chili peppers that I'm going to make a chili glaze out of. So hopefully I still fit in the box on the category as far as that goes. So my glaze is going to be pretty simple. It's just going to be Fresno chili peppers, some honey, maybe a few other seasonings, but those are going to be our ingredients. So I'm going to go get some prep work done. Once I'm done with that, we'll kind of take it from there. Now we are making what they call the chili, just to keep it in the box, because I know this isn't a traditional chili. But what we have is these Fresno red chilies in this pot. I'm going to go ahead and add some garlic. I didn't mention that earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and throw that in. And as far as my liquid, I am going to cover this up with liquid, and we are going to cook that down. So what our premise is going to be is we're going to cook this down until the peppers get totally broken down. We are going to throw them in a blender, and we are going to run it through a sifter, whatever you want to call it, and make a sauce out of that. So that's going to be my chili. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and roll with that. We'll pick it up when I get straining it, and then we'll be on to actually the hot dog part of this. Moved along here. I have my peppers and my onions cut up right there. We're going to be working on that later, but we're going to be working on this glaze right now. So as far as this glaze goes, these are some peppers that I had, you know, kind of cooking down with some hot water. Put it on a boil for about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of water, liquid to it. And I am going to go ahead and blend that up. Boom. So that's a done deal right there. Now, I'm going to come back over here. Let me move this over to this direction. Get my strainer on top of here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and strain all that stuff out. And once I'm done straining it, we'll kind of pick everything up there. I don't want you to have to sit here and wait for 5 minutes while I do this. So we'll see you back in a bit. I'm making a glaze and I'm using hot peppers or something like that. I will strain out pretty much all of the pulp from the pepper. In this case, I am not, because this pepper doesn't have like that, I don't know if you've seen some peppers that are kind of rough. I can't explain it, but I'm going to go ahead and add in some of this pulp, just a little bit of it. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of that back in. Got to throw the rest of that out. Now I'm going to come back with a little bit of honey. And the reason I'm doing this, the reason I'm adding the honey, is because we have those peppers and onions over there that are going to be basically bringing in a lot of our heat. I am just adding this to add kind of a pepper flavor with not a whole lot of heat, with a little bit of sweet. So this isn't traditional to my Tijuana hot dog that I was used to back in the late 80s, early 90s, but it needs to be a chili dog, so here's my chili dog rendition. About this this glaze, or chili glaze, or let's just call it chili whatever, is I'm going to go ahead and reduce that down a bit. So I'm going to cook this on, like, I'm going to simmer it, and I'm probably going to let that go. I'm going to crack this lid a little bit so some of the liquid evaporates. I'm going to let that go for about 35-45 minutes until we come up with kind of a, not quite a syrup consistency, but somewhere along those lines. It's been going for about an hour. Or an hour and a half. We have it reduced. It's kind of almost at a pancake syrup consistency. I don't know if you could tell that or not. But now it's just time for me to go ahead, and I'm going to throw it over here and let me zoom in on that right quick. Throw it in a little Coakley's barbecue sauce jar. See, Coakley's barbecue sauce has more than one use. I could use it for the barbecue sauce, then boom, I can come and use it for some storage later. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it in there. Boom, there goes my glaze. So, I'm going to let that cool down. We got a couple more hours till it's time to eat, so I'm going to go ahead and let that cool off, get the Weber started, get my hot dogs wrapped in bacon. I'm sure you know how to do that, so I don't need to show you that, but next time you see me, we're going to be out on that Weber getting this thing started up. Time to get some of these bacon wrapped hot dogs on here for some indirect cooking. I got my coals over here. I'm just going to get these on the opposite side of this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these onions and peppers and everything, and I'm just going to throw these on this cast iron and get them right over here. So I'm going to let this go. I'm not sure exactly how long these hot dogs are going to take, or the bacon's going to take, but as soon as the peppers and everything start caramelizing, I'm going to pull those off. So next time you see us, we should be ready to get down to some serious eating. Taking me back to being like 19, 20, 21 years old, being down in Tijuana. Simple hot dog right here, bun, nothing special, not roasted. I just threw it in the microwave for like 10 seconds. Got our hot dog on here. Now bring this in a little bit closer. This is just gonna be some jalapenos and some onions thrown on there. Again, nothing special. Now, to make it a chili dog, to fit into George's competition, this here is some Fresno chili peppers I made into a glaze with some garlic. We're just going to throw that on top, and I did taste this, and I swear to God, this is probably one of the best glazes I've made. Anyway, let's get down to eating this thing. Man, I'm telling you, that basic hot dog, not getting all fancy, do anything else like that, along with these regular old onions and peppers, this glaze I made, Fresno chili peppers are not that hot, so the glaze is kind of sweet and brought in a little of that sweetness. So anyway, that's my submission in the chili dog contest, or I guess it's not a contest, whatever it is. That's my submission. I appreciate you guys checking it out. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.